Yo, what's up? It's Low. It's about to be a part two on objectivity versus subjectivity. Alright, because I feel like there's something I left out about subjectivity, and something that comes up often in the world that we live in, especially this Western American world we live in, is the idea that all paths lead to God. All paths lead to God. I think that's actually the heart behind people accepting that truth is subjective, that you can have your truth, I can have my truth. Is that everyone may believe genuinely that all paths, no matter which one you take, leads you to God. It just, one path might work better for you than another one, and one path might work better for me than the one that works for you. But as long as we choose a path, it doesn't matter because we're all going to end up at the same place. There's a huge problem with that claim, which is that all of the religions, pretty much, I'm not going to say the spiritualities, I'm not going to say, like the New Age or the folk spirituality, I'm not going to say those are mutually exclusive because they kind of don't focus on origin or ultimate goal or destination, and they don't really provide much of an explanation for anything. They just take bits and pieces and add it into their tradition and practice. But I will say all religion, and then I'll say non-religion or atheism, I'll just say atheism, no belief in any of the supernatural stuff. They all make mutually exclusive claims, truth claims, which is why all paths can't lead to God. And the gods that they lead to, if there's a God involved, because you have religions without deity. If they do lead to a God, it's going to be a different God. Like, people undersimplify the complexity of religion and belief, and they think that they can make these general claims and it just makes sense because it's the most comfortable response to it. It's like if someone asks you something and you say, "Oh no, yeah, it's all about balance." Like, I heard that as a joke one time, that if you tell anybody it's all about balance, or give it's all about balance as a piece of advice, pretty much everyone is going to accept it. Everyone's going to think it's a good piece of advice. No one's going to argue with that. Saying all paths lead to God pretty much is the exact same thing as saying it's all about balance. It makes everyone comfortable. It doesn't alienate anyone. It doesn't tell anyone that they're wrong. And it doesn't make you self-righteous, because everyone is going to assume that you're self-righteous if you say that you're right and they're wrong. That's just how it works. I don't make the rules. So it's a comfort response. It's a pacifier response. But it's not rooted in truth, and it's not grounded in logic or reason. And it's not rooted in any of the religions that exist. Maybe besides like Buddhism, I might be missing some. And Sikhism, because you can be Buddhist and have another religion, and Sikhs believe in peace between all religion, I believe. But regardless, the majority thing is, if one religion says that God is an impersonal force and it's not really a will, all of what we see and experience is just illusion being created out of that energetic force, and you have another religion that says God is a being with a will and a nature, and he's personally wants to know you, then that's completely different. Or you have a religion that says God is a being and he has a nature, but he's distant and he doesn't want to know you. Or you have a religion that says there's many gods, and this one serves this purpose, this one serves this purpose, this one serves this purpose, this one serves this purpose. But we do things so that we can make sure that we appease these gods, and not because these gods want any type of relationship with us. We just want to reap the benefits by doing what makes them happy. You're telling me that 3 different religions that say 3 different things are leading you to the same source? That's impossible. It's not only impossible, it's no thought was put into that besides how can I be on the good side of anyone I converse with about this topic? Or how could I feel good about what I'm doing while not putting other people down about what they're doing? I'm not saying that you have to put people down in order to be correct, but the nature of truth, what I'm getting down to, is objective. And if that is the case, someone has to be right, someone has to be wrong. Very hard pill to swallow for us. Someone has to be wrong. And because someone says that there's an objective truth, that's not a direct attack on anything that someone else believes. It just means that there needs to be a firm standard on which existence is existing from. Existence is created from. I don't even know how to word it, but you get what I'm saying. So I wanted to get into that idea because I said that I went into like the subjectivity and you don't really believe what you're saying is true and stuff like that. One of those points, but I had left this out, that maybe the heart behind it is comfort for all people, regardless of their belief. And I think if you want the truth, I think people should want the truth. If you don't want the truth, that's a dangerous place to be, in my opinion. I think people should want the truth more than they want to be comforted by fairy tale, by mythology, by a false sense of spirituality. And then you have, something I didn't bring up is, atheists or naturalists or materialists. The world is purely scientific and natural, then there is no God to lead up to. If that's the case, there is no God to lead up to. There's just natural chain of events that happen that put us here. So when you say all paths lead to God, you're making a mutually exclusive claim, even though you're trying to be exclusive, because you're excluding atheists. You're assuming that there is a God. So you made or many gods or spirits, whatever you believe in, you made a mutually exclusive claim. So when someone else comes in and they make a mutually exclusive claim based on the foundation of their belief that your worldview can't be true or that worldview can't be true because it directly conflicts with this one because they believe it, you can't get mad at them, because every single person that has any kind of worldview makes an exclusive truth claim. All right, so let's step outside of the prison of comfort. And that's what this channel is for, to step outside of the prison of comfort and to have these challenging conversations. That's the reason. And I'll probably bring this up on every video. I say you have to drop your emotion, drop your culture, drop your tradition, drop your race, drop your personal bias, drop the pain that you've been caused in the past, by people that represented a belief. Drop the misunderstanding that you had while trying to study a belief. Drop everything you've known so that you can accept truth and logic and seek it without putting blinders on yourself. Because that's what you do. You put blinders on yourself and you try to become agreeable. Maybe so that you don't experience the hurt that someone's caused you because they weren't agreeable, which is understandable. But we need to put truth above comfort, emotions, and bias, and assess these things with an open mind. People think they're open-minded and they're not. You think because you reserve your worldview, it makes you open-minded, or because you accept multiple worldviews, it makes you open-minded. No, it doesn't. It literally makes you not stand on any truth at all, because you're accepting Buddhism and Islam and Christianity together and Hinduism, yet all of them make exclusive claims that would automatically mean that each other is wrong. So you're not accepting anything. You're just being agreeable. And agreeable is not a spirituality. It's a flaw in this context. Being agreeable is not a general flaw. In this context, it's just a flaw in thinking, flaw in logic and reason, a flaw in your journey of truth seeking if you're really on one. So that is the end of this one. I had to do a part 2 because I thought about that. All paths lead to God. Logically inconsistent. Let's get that out of here, man. Peace.